Yeah, so with regard to Galiano, I think it's a new and emerging and quite exciting story. We obviously made a transaction announcement towards the end of last year with regards to the ownership of the joint venture, which was received quite well by the market in the last few weeks. But maybe I'll start with the asset itself. Galiano owns and operates the Asanko Gold Mine, which is located in Ghana, West Africa. It's a significantly sized mine with a capacity of being able to produce 200,000 plus ounces of gold per year. And it was historically owned in a 50-50 joint venture with Gold Fields. As I mentioned on the outset, we made an announcement about the rationalisation or the consolidation of the ownership of the asset just prior to Christmas, and we're really excited about that news. In addition, the company has a very clean balance sheet with no debt, and we're looking at probably having about $130 million of cash at the consolidated Galiano level upon close of the transaction. So very well positioned from a financial perspective. And then in terms of the company itself and our strategy, certainly looking to grow the business on the back of consolidating the asset. We have spent a significant amount of time building a very competent technical team with the skill sets that would allow us to operate the asset on a consistent basis, delivering to target. And in general, very excited about the path forward. I'm a second generation miner. My father was in the industry when I was growing up and actually spent a long time in his career in West Africa and particularly Ghana as well. So I do recall many conversations at the dinner table about his experiences there, and the majority of those were very positive. And then myself personally, I'm a metallurgist and an operator. I spent a long time in my career on the coalface, so to speak, very interested and keen to optimise operations through building solid teams, technical teams around the asset. And prior to joining Galiano, I spent 14 years with Eldorado Gold doing just that. Building teams and optimising assets from a production, operations and financial perspective. And what excited me about the opportunity to join Galiano was the ability for me to bring my skill set to the team and to the shareholders and manage this asset the way it should be, and being able to deliver quarter on quarter consistent production and cost performance. So I joined Galiano towards the tail end of 2020, initially as COO, and my primary focus at that time was to build a technical team with the skill sets to be able to manage this asset, as I mentioned earlier. So that process took about the best part of the year in 2021, and the team was basically working towards an inherited technical report at that stage. And we also had about 18 months worth of stockpile that allowed us to transition from hard rock mining into processing stockpiles at the asset while advancing our understanding of the technical aspects of the deposits that we operated. We did that very thoroughly. We didn't cut any corners. It took us about a 12-month period in order to do all the drilling, remodel the deposits, and also understand more thoroughly the geometallurgy of the deposits that are on our land package. And that culminated in a new technical report that we published in Q1 2023, which described an 8.5-year mine life, producing about 240,000 ounces a year over that period of time. And in that report, we also described a path towards getting back into hard rock mining. And we managed to achieve that in 2023 in Q4, where we had a mining contractor mobilise the site and commence stripping of our first deposit. So we're well on track to delivering to that life of mine plan. And then, as I mentioned before, we announced the transaction to acquire the other half of the asset on the back of building significant cash at the joint venture over that period of time and delivering to ounce production targets through that period as well. So you mentioned the large tenements. Those were on the back of a acquisition or a merger between PMI and Keegan Resources. And we now stand with 450 odd square kilometres of land under the Asanko Gold Mine. We see upside potential there, both in the greenfield space, the near mine space, and then even expanding beyond that further. We released a news release in October last year that I'll point your viewers to, in which we described some of our greenfields exploration success over the last 12 months. One deposit in particular is located very close to the processing facility, and another one is a large soil anomaly to the north of our tenements as well that we're very excited about moving forward into 2024. We also recognise that the near mine space has opportunity as well, with a lot of our deposits being under drilled at these current gold prices, and the team's working towards conducting significant drilling programs in the near mine space as well to increase our mineral reserves and resources there too. Yeah, so we've built a team around the asset that has, certainly the skill set to build a mid-tier mining company. And we're really focused on building a team that is young enough, has the skill set and has the actual stamina to be able to do that. We understand that in order to do so, we need an asset that performs consistently on a day-to-day basis, and we need to have a strong share price and some cash in order to do that. So ultimately, right now, we find ourselves with a very strong cash position. We have a team that's really active in trying to identify early stage exploration targets where we can deploy some of that cash in this current market and be able to see growth through M&A acquisitions, as well as growth, organic growth within the tenements that we currently hold through exploration success. The team here was very aware of the checkered history of the asset in the past, and when we were compiling the technical report over the course of 2022, 2023, we made sure that we understood the Achilles heel of the company. And so we've factored in that into that technical report and layered in some layers of conservatism in that technical report, where right now we feel that there's more upside rather than risks in terms of an execution perspective going forward. And we're really looking forward to executing that on a go-forward basis. I talked about the transaction. That's probably a big focus for us at the moment, and it's been received very well by the market. But over and above that, we have a very clear catalyst in the near future where by getting back into hard rock mining and adding high grade ore into the mill, we see an uptick in production over the next 18 months to 250,000 ounces by the year 2025. So we feel that that's an additional catalyst for the investor that is interested in the gold space at the moment, and we've got a team in place that's ready and prepared to execute on that plan.